Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be going over some of my recent sales. So I'll tell you how much I paid for them and what it sold for, as well as how long it took to sell, and some keywords as well, because whenever you are listing, it's very important to have keywords in your title that will attract the right buyer. Okay, so we're gonna get started with these Adidas Ultra Boost. These were men's, and I did have these listed for over a year. Now I think I had them overpriced, so not too much of a profit, but I did pay $9.99 for these, and they sold for. So these sold on Depop, and it looks like I know I accepted an offer just because I bought these when I had just started my reselling journey. So I was still kind of like trying things out. And whenever you are starting, it's important to do what works best for you. Yes, you're going to hear people say, they don't pick up this or that. And then other people say the complete opposite, that, it's their bread and butter. So the only way to find out what works best for you is to try it out and then learn from, experience. This actually sold for $22. Not too much of a profit. Again, I bought these when I first started. Next thing is this vintage Rubbermaid silverware holder, and this one I paid $2, and it sold on Poshmark for $15. I saw it. I knew from the beginning when I picked it up, I knew it wasn't going to be a big profit. I know because it's vintage, I have a soft spot for vintage. They don't make these anymore. I knew that I could find the right buyer. And so it was going to give me a bit of a profit. So, I was happy about that. Next, we have this Carhartt men's like chore jacket. And this one did have like a little bit of like embroidered name. So I did accept an offer for $50, and it sold on eBay. This one took also a year, and I picked this up because it's Carhartt, and like it would be in demand, but I had it overpriced. I used to overprice my items a lot. I don't do that now. I kind of don't. Sometimes I go a little bit higher than what I really want. But I don't know what I was thinking. I had it for like 150 or 100, and then I brought it down to 100. It wasn't selling, and then I was looking at sold comps, and they were like all over the place. I listed it finally for 70, and I did pay almost $8 for this. Next one is this little nightgown. So this is another item that I bought when I first started. This one was new with the tags, baby doll. And this one I paid $3, and it sold on eBay. I accepted an offer for $7. So don't feel too bad see, again, I picked this up when I first started. During this time, I've been trying to get rid of old inventory. You learn and you move on. Anyways, so yeah, I accepted $7, and so I was happy to see it go. The next item, this one was for my closet. It's an American Eagle dress with the cutouts on the sides. I actually wore this when I was pregnant because I still wanted to be in style. And I bought it on clearance at American Eagle. I don't ever pay for retail, like full price, for myself at least. For my daughter, I have a teenager, so for her, sometimes if she really wants something, because she's very particular about her style, but she's never like, oh, buy me this, buy me that, buy me this. Like, she's never been like that. So I know that whenever she actually does ask for something, it's because she really, really wants it. And sometimes it's full price. But I always tell her, like, keep going straight and look at the clearance first. But anyways, so yeah, this was for my personal closet. It's sold on Poshmark, and this one sold for $8. So I've had it for $20. I think $19.99 for the longest time. and it just never moved. I made my first what not sell as a buy it now option. It's this lens filter. I really don't even know what it is. I just know it's like a lens, I think, by the brand Gobi, and it sold for $25.99, and I did accept that offer, and I only paid $2 for it. And this one sold in a matter of like 2 months. Next item are these Adidas sweatpants with the green stripes on the sides. This one sold on Depop for $14.99. And I love selling on Depop. I've actually had like a good experience. I know a lot of people talk about how they hate it. And yes, you do have those who send you offers and then never pay for the item, which is fine. But I love selling on Depop because their fees are very minimal, so I make a bigger profit compared to your other platforms. So I will be continuing to list on Depop. I paid about $2 for these. Sold in a day. Okay, this next one, I bought it because it was new with the tags, based on style. I put, on my keywords like beaded, like party, the color, purple, Y2K, fit flare, 90s. I paid $1 and it sold on eBay, and it sold for $25. It took about 5 months to sell. Next one I bought a bag, and I'll put a little clip here of this Fisher Price Little People Learn About Town. Now, this is the first time that I look for and find little people, and so I bought 2 bags. One small bag with like the little people figurines, and another bag with the bigger, like the All About Town or the Learn About Town, and then there was another one like a school one. And so anyways, so this came from the bigger bag, and I was looking at comps, and something that you might want to keep in mind is, do you make a better profit parting out the item? So for example, this one, I'll show you a picture here of what I'm talking about. So this one came, so if I was to sell it together with that little bin, it would have been, this amount. I forgot how much it was, but I'll pop it in here. Whereas if I was to part it out, I could probably make more money. So that's what I decided to do. And this little item here sold on eBay, and it sold for $14. And with everything, the buyer pays for shipping. And it sold in a matter of less than 2 months. Next one are these Sambas, these Adidas Sambas. Oh my gosh, I wish they were my size, but they were too big for me. So these sold on Depop for my full asking price of $49.99. I paid $9.99 for these, and they sold, the same day that I listed it. These Varley shorts, I paid $1 for these at a buy trade sell store when they were having their $1 clearance. These sold on Poshmark for $15, and it took about 4 months to sell. These shoes that I had never heard of, they are ATP, which stands for All Tomorrow's Parties. These were some like leather flats that I would say I made my money back on these a long time ago. So I went to a church sale. I love church sales. If you ever have one going on near you, go. Like, please go, because I went on the last day when they were about to close. I think I wasn't even planning on going, and then I saw it on TikTok, and I was like, I have to go. I have to stop by. So I wasn't even planning on going. We were out and about, and I told my husband, like, let me just stop by real quick and see what it's about. And so, yeah, I mean, he's been super supportive in all of this. And so we stopped. Him and the kids stayed in the car because they didn't want to get down with me. So I got down. I had like an hour and 10 minutes to look around. And so you could fill a whole like 13-gallon bag and you paid $15, and whatever you could fit into it was going to be, $15. So these shoes were in there, and they sold on eBay for $50. It took about like 4.5 months to sell. So very happy about that. So if you've never heard of that brand, keep an eye out for those. And anytime you see like Italy, like made in Italy, made in Spain, always look those up, because you can find like that they're made of good quality and they could be in demand. Next one would be Fisher Price Little People, like a little swing fence. This was in the same bag as that purple bin that I showed you earlier. And in the title, I put keywords like where it's from, right? And that it's a replacement. I think that helps when people are typing in what they're looking for in replacement. They might be typing that. But this one sold on eBay, and it took about a month and a half to sell. And it sold for $5.53 plus shipping. So little by little, I'm making a profit out of those. And I just figured whatever doesn't sell individually, then I'll just lot them together, and, hopefully they sell in a lot, have a better chance of selling like that. Next thing so I will go over the other items in my next video. So thank you so much for joining me. So I would love to keep making videos and share my experience and share some tips on how to, resell. And I resell not just clothing items or toys, but anything that will make me a profit. And as I'm sourcing, I, look stuff up. I always check sold comps, but even then, sometimes I get it wrong, especially if you don't find that exact item. And another thing I would say is sometimes you have to take risks. Like when I bought the Fisher Price bag, I've recently got into toys, like reselling toys, but it was new to me, and I just figured just take the risk. So you have to take risks sometimes, which I'm okay with doing. I figured, okay, if it doesn't have any resale value, I have a toddler, so she loves little people, so I can, give it to her. But I hope you guys learned something. I am a stay-at-home mom. I did go to college. I went to grad school, so I have my degree, my graduate degree. I thought I was going to be a professional, and I was, until I had my third child. And that's when I decided that I have to enjoy this time and be with her and be available for my kids and whatever it is that they need. And so I found a lady on TikTok who did this, and she would share tips and tricks and brands and styles and keywords. And I think I looked at all her videos. She had like thousands of followers, and she doesn't make videos anymore. So, but I learned a lot from her, and again, from experience. And so I want to inspire the next person who feels that like they want to contribute financially to their family but are limited because there are stay-at-home moms like myself. And just to let you know that it is possible. I take my little one to the thrift stores. Sometimes she only gives me an hour before she gets fuzzy, and so if that's what it takes, if she gives me an hour, then I'll take that 1 hour, and I'll try to be as quickly as I can, or try to be as quick as possible, and go from there. My husband has been super supportive, and sometimes he'll come home from work and then I'll leave the kids with him, and then I'll go like thrifting again. Even if it's for an hour, I will take that hour. And I've gotten faster. When I first started, I was really slow. But now I've gotten faster, and now I've gotten wiser, so I kind of have an idea what will sell and what won't. or what will sell but might take a little bit longer, or what are quick sellers. And so you will get there as well. It just takes, experience, it takes practice, determination, discipline. There are times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything, I just want to like watch TV. And then I remember like, no, like I could be listing, or I could be doing something for the goal of my business. So yeah, just let me know if you want to see any kind of videos in particular. But thank you so much for watching this video. It helps me a lot. And I will be making another video on another week of sales. So thank you. Have a good afternoon. Bye.